Hi there. We're hoping to check in for knock.
Right. Did you have any documentation in that?
There you are.
What do you call yourselves when you're at home?
Do you mean what are our names? They should be on the piece of paper I've just given you.
Right. And it's just the three of you that are travelling, is it?
That is correct.
Surely you can do something for me, Aloysius. You've helped me out in the past. Will you have a word with your boss or something?
I've told you twice now, hey. We've taken your hens, we've taken your pigs, we've taken a half dozen sheep, but we have to draw the line at cows. I mean, how do you expect us to fit a cow in the whole of a plane?
I'm having a lot like this, so I am. First of all, you let me down. Then Pascal tells me where to go. And now this. For fuck's sake.
Sorry, madam, but I think your travel agent might have made a mistake. I put your name into the Shannon flight, but nothing's coming up.
That's probably because we're traveling to Knock.
Knock is right. Jesus, me head's astray. I've been in 5 hours and already I've served about 6 people.
Don't listen to the gobshite. If he's checked in 6, it includes your 3.
Of course you hear who died. You and me used to go to the school with him. Mammy and me was over at the home house to pay our respects earlier. Was he laid out? He was. And how did he look? Well, I thought he looked better than any time you seen him when he was alive. Mammy beats gas, says her to me in the car afterwards. That's one advantage of overdosing and echinacea. Come here, I'm gonna have to let you go. There's someone on the other line. You wanted what? Oh, you want to land, do you? What's your altitude? Right, well, swing around and land at your own convenience.
What do you have in your bags?
What sort of question is that?
And is it just clothes, or you wouldn't have anything in there that you wouldn't have any explosives like dynamite or something sharp or a gun or anything like that?
Of course not.
What's you again? What do you want? What do you mean one-way lights? Do you think this is fucking Heathrow or something? No. Stick on your full beams. Just keep her between the water and the mountains and you'll be fine. Have you ever come across a bigger bunch of bucking amateurs in all your life?
What am I doing wrong, Concepted? The names isn't going in for me.
Where are your passengers flying to, Pascal?
They're on the next one to Knock.
Sure we don't fly to Knock. The only airline I can think of is Monaghan Mushroom Air from Emmyvale.
Well, me and Pascal met up over at the school when we were 4 years old. On the day in question, if my memory serves me right, Pascal had a big bag of marbles and everyone was trying to win them off him. I don't precisely know how he came by the marbles. He certainly didn't win them, and come the end of break, Pascal was bawling his eyes out and the empty bag was blowing about in the breeze.
Do I have eyes on you? If you mean do I see you, of course I see you. I'm looking at you here now. Can I get someone to come out and move the farmyard animal that's preventing your aircraft from reaching its stand? Firstly, we don't have any stands. Just park anywhere. And secondly, that's not a farmyard animal. That's a cockerel. It's not like it's a herd of cattle or something. What do you mean it's sticking its chest out at you? It's an alpha male that thinks you're a bigger bird trying to move in its plot. Stick on your reverse thrust and blow it out of the way.
I'm looking at your passport here and the date of birth says the 3rd of June this year. Are you trying to take me for some sort of idiot or what?
I had my passport renewed in June. Is that not the date of issue you're looking at?
In view of the new facts that have now come to light, I'm happy to accept your explanation.
I've always had a soft spot for young Slowy. He never gives any lip, and his uncle was the best drink driver I ever got in a car with.
Right, Pascal, I'm off down to the gate. Now all you need to do when this flight closes is put up the flight close sign. Can you do that? Actually, I might just pop up now in case I forget. What's the point in putting it up when there are still people left to check in? Do you want to cause mayhem? Right, I'll wait until the last person is checked in and then I'll put up the sign. No, Pascal, you're not listening to me. Wait till the flight closes and then put up the sign. I mean, what if someone who has no reservation arrives to buy a ticket before the flight closes? Well then, I'll just tell them they're late. So how'll they be late if they arrive before the flight closes? I think you're making things unnecessarily complicated. The only person around here who unnecessarily complicates things is you, Pascal. Christ on a bike, I'll ring you from the gate the minute the flight closes. You can put the sign up then.
mother of buck, Vincent, I've all these planes coming in from America and there's nowhere to put them all. I've had to stick a 747 in the Patsy McGettigan's field, which is a 2-mile walk from the terminal here.
Would you not be inclined to lock up the shed and head straight to the pub? Sure, it's just Paddy's Day too.
Don't get me started, sure. A lock up Yank Mason at the pier earlier, dripping in feckin' pig story and wanting to know where their luggage was. I mean, do I look like a baggage loader?
Hurnin', yearnin', yearnin', hurnin', yearnin', 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 and hurnin', yearnin', yearnin', hurnin', yearnin', 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 and hurnin', yearnin', yearnin', and hurnin', yearnin', yearnin', and hurnin', yearnin', yearnin', and hurnin', yearnin', yearnin'.
I can't believe, Pascal, we were the only 2 fees that didn't get on that bus.
But on the upside, at least we can stretch out in comfort now. How much did them tickets cost us on you?
25 knots ahead. That'll leave me with about 420, which covers a pint and no more. What about yourself?
I was couching me chins there, the jacks, leave 265 left. What'll we do? Will we get a can each, rub it off licence, drink it and then get the next train home or what? I don't honestly know, Pascal, what we should do. I mean, that collar were going straight to me head, so well, I say we just get off the train, we'd find an old pub with a bit of crack going on and sure make a pint last till as long as we can and sure we'll take it from there. Bit quiet in here tonight, wouldn't you agree, Mr. Parthandler?
Yeah, well, everybody comes down about like 8:30 in the morning. They let their kids run wild for a while and then they go out and they watch the parade and then with arrests and fights and sort of drugs going to their head and they're all out here by 2. Did you make it down for the march?
No, we've only come for the day, but we miscalculated how much everything costs here in the big smoke. And I think we'll be traipsing home sooner than we planned.
Well, hi there, guys. Can you tell me if this is a real Irish bar? All the others I've been in have been full of drunk, pregnant women and alcoholic Neanderthals.
This is about as Irish as you'll get, yeah, bud.
In that case, I'd be happy to keep your glasses topped in exchange for a few lines of poetry, some song, and some old-fashioned Irish blarney.
Flip me, Pascal, we've struck gold.
And she said you were barred, did she?
She did indeed. She said I was barred and everybody belonged to me too.
And this was a shop, not even a pub.
Just an ordinary little shop. I wouldn't mind, but I only stopped in for a newspaper.
The cheeky bitch. And was there anybody in the place?
It was busy enough now, which made it all the more humiliating.
That's an absolute disgrace. Did you not tell him you were a pilot?
Indeed, and I did.
And what did she say to that?
She winked at her mate behind me and says, "What kind of pilot are you? Does your mate shovel shit and you a pilot?"
Well, bless us and save us. If you're not welcome in there, I'll not be welcome either.
I'd be half tempted to go to me local TD.
And what age of a woman was she?
She was in her mid-70s anyway.
There's no way any self-respected individual would let them away with that, that's for sure. Did you not tell him you were a pilot?
Indeed, and I did. Right, are we going to sit here talking all day, or are we going to do a bit of flying?
Aye, aye, Captain, I'll just start up the engine now.
You've been in the company 3 months, Pascal. Lay to me straight. How do you think you'll be getting on?
Well, I think I've been doing quite well, considering.
Considering what now, exactly?
What do you mean, considering what?
Doing quite well, do you mean considering the circumstances and such?
Well, no, I mean, people say considering at the end of sentences to sort of help kill time. They don't mean anything by it. A bit like so I am, or you know, that kind of way.
So do you mean to tell me you think you're progressing well?
I suppose I am. You know, that kind of way.
In December, Concepta checked in 1,432 passengers. You, for the same period, managed a mere 46.
If we were to compare like for like, Concepta was 31 times more productive than you over the course of that month. Sure, how's that comparing like for like? Concepta was on leave for 2 weeks in December.
You've 2 weeks to prove yourself, and I'll be watching you like a hawk.
Sorry to bother you, but do you know if that's the plane to Clowerhead?
I wouldn't have a notion of it. All these planes do look the same to me.
But sure, there only is one plane.
No, that's definitely not her. Mine was more like a jersey racing cross.
Do you mean like a mongrel?
You better watch your mouth, hey. That cow's the best friend a man could make. Her and me's been through an awful lot together.
I'll not lie to you. I think at this stage in the day it's safe to say that we'll never find that cow again. How about we just give you this one here?
Ach no, Jesus. Go on then, so if that's the best you can do.
Give me a minute and I'll just get the paperwork.
How you feeling? You never guess what? You remember that inflatable big cow we bought in the drug shop in Liston Ski? So I've inflated it today and settled it in the flight. I'm just off at the other end and I've picked it up and I've deflated it. Then I've gone to the desk and told the boy I think he's lost me cow. He's only going to give me another one. Sure enough, he's going to get the forms now for me to fill out. Can you believe it? I'm like a modern day car losser.
I'm sorry, sir. Could you repeat that reference for me?
That's Q for Huey, as in me boss Huey. L for elephant. S for be crikey, you can't think of anything beginning with S. C for seagull. And number 7. Or is it an 8? You'll have to forgive me, I can't read my own writing. What did you say? You tried both, the 7 and the 8, but none of them references work. I must have written it down wrong, I'll have to ring you back.